Now, there were a ton of reasons why the Lions beat the Packers this season and knocked them out of the playoffs, but one of the biggest ones and one of the most underrated and under-talked about ones is their special teams. Lions punter Jack Fox is absurd. He is a leg from a different planet. He helps the Lions so much, and it just goes unnoticed. And the Lions special teams as well is one of the best in the NFL, and it's under-talked about, unnoticed. And I'm going to show you today how Jack Fox single-handedly defeated the Packers and how the Lions special teams is so good. To start off, let's look at the Packers starting field position week 18 against the Lions. The Packers only had one drive start between the 40 and the 50-yard line, 2 between the 30 and the 40, and 6 at the 26-yard line or farther back. The Packers were dealing with long fields all game. Now, obviously, all these aren't just from punts. Some of them are kickoffs, but still, the 4 punts that the Lions did have, Jack Fox nailed the Packers deep. Fox had 4 punts this game, averaged 47 yards a punt, and even had a 57-yarder. He's become one of the best, if not the best punter in the league right now. And not to mention, he set an NFL record through the first 150 punts in his career. Jack Fox averaged 49.2 yards per punt. And just looking at the Lions special teams overall, it's incredible. Dave Phipp has done a great job at coming into Detroit and really helping out their special teams unit. A lot of rankings put the Lions special teams unit really high. Pro Football Focus ranked the Lions special teams #1 in the league, and a lot of other rankings have the Lions like 6th or 5th or 4th, but it's just the casual Lions disrespect. The Packers. It's also exciting that the Lions re-signed Jack Fox for the next 4 years, so expect a lot of them and expect the Lions to have a strong special teams, especially a strong punter for the upcoming years. Jack Fox's first punt of the game was after the Lions' first drive when they went 3 and out. They didn't even get to the 30-yard line. Keyshawn Nixon is back deep for the Packers. Luckily, they got rid of Rodgers, but he was just straight butterfingers, could not handle a punt return, but this punt is sky high, and Keyshawn Nixon has to backpedal. He has to backpedal a good 10 yards to make this catch, which totally messes up his punt return, and the Lions can easily take him down, ending the punt return and play the game of field position, as the Packers are going to have a long field to go. Some people may go, well, he didn't pin him inside the 5-yard line. It's not a good punt. Watch, he's kicking this ball at the 20-yard line. 20-yard line, and it's going all the way to the Packers' 20-yard line. Having a star punter like this, I think, is just so underrated in the league. Everything is just farther back. In some scenarios where the team would usually be in field goal range, with a good punter, they're not in field goal range. And also, classic Packers underestimating the fucking Lions. Nixon really lined up like it was going to be a short punt. Did they not even look at the Lions guys? Fox's second punt of this game comes 2 drives later, and it's about at the same spot as his first one. And in this one, Nixon is ready for it, lined up in a good spot, and he's able to make a good return on it. Nixon did have a good return on this punt, which makes this punt not seem as amazing, but this ball is getting inside the 20. If Nixon doesn't have the return that he does on this, the Packers again are pinned deep. And this is the best field position the Packers got all game, the 46-yard line. Only one possession inside the 40 and 50-yard lines to start with the ball. That's crazy. And we also can't forget about Michael Badgley. He's really showed up for the Lions. He made 100% of his extra points. We don't see no Brett Maher out there. Fox's third punt of the game came after the Lions went 3 and out coming out of halftime, and this one's another crazy one. He's kicking this from behind the 25-yard line, and again, Nixon doesn't realize how good a punter Fox is. When he goes to return this ball, you can see he's backpedaling once again trying to make this return, and the Lions pin him at the 20. That's unbelievable. He's kicking it from the Lions 25, and he's pinning the Packers at their own 20-yard line, which is this ball was received inside the 20. If the Lions don't have Jack Fox here, the punt probably goes up. Maybe it's returned like the 25, 30-yard line, and they get a few yards up the field. Maybe they get to like the 40, 45 easily. With Jack Fox, no. With a bad punter, the other team can get the ball at good field position, get maybe 1, 2, or 3 first downs. Like, oh, we're already in field goal range. What's up? And Fox's fourth and last punt of the game came late in the third quarter, and this one's just a beauty because he pins them in the sideline. Now the Packers have a good block here and not like a good return, but they get a few yards of the field. But without a few good blocks, the Lions have the Packers down inside the 20. With a punter like this, the Lions next year, their field position is going to be amazing. If they can improve their defense, it's just going to get that much better. There's almost no reason to even go for it on 4th down. I mean, I don't think they're going to be needing to go for it on 4th down near as much next year because their team's just going to be way more developed, and still there is still so much room for them to develop. But why go for it when you can punt it 80 yards and then get the ball back in even better field position if you have trust in your defense. And also, Jack Fox has shown that he's capable of making good throws on 4th down, going for it, trick plays, and that's something the Lions do a lot. Now back to Michael Badgley. It seems like the Lions kind of had a kicker problem earlier this season. They'd get to like the 35-yard line and they'd go for it because they just didn't have faith that their kicker would get them 3 points. But then the Lions found Michael Badgley, and he kicked for the Lions for the last 11 games of the season, and he did amazing. He made 33 out of 33 of his extra points, which you see a lot of kickers miss them. Like, consistently will miss one every 2 games, and he didn't miss one, which is, it's really good to have a consistent kicker like that. And along with his extra points, he made 24 out of 28 of his field goals, 85%. It's also amazing. It's just like really good to have a reliable kicker like that. He made 2 out of 3 in the Packers game. A big reason why the Lions won. They were able to sit down and take a nice kick and get 3 points on the board instead of trying to go for it and then losing momentum and giving the Packers good field position and all that. It's really nice. The Lions seem to have formed a really strong special teams. They have a reliable kicker, a super reliable punter, great special teams coach, and I can't wait to see more of them. And that's going to be the end of this video. If you guys enjoyed my content, I would really appreciate if you could like and subscribe. It really helps me out a lot. And once again, thanks for watching.